Hello, guys. So, I actually was able to finish my makeup today because I wasn't laughing with you guys on live and not focused. So, today I actually found out about another um, cheap date option that has been going on that I had no idea about because, you know, my clients do not do that. My followers don't do that. So I was notified that there's this thing called zero dates, I believe. Let me check. Yes. So it's zero dates. And this is a date where people meet up and talk just anywhere, and don't spend any money or anything like that. And they are to be finding out if are they have chemistry or something. So I don't know. It's completely ridiculous to me, as all cheap dates are. So I'm aware that we're in the cheap date, speed dating culture right now, era, if you will, and it's not actually getting anybody anywhere because simple math would tell people that effort takes money, which also signifies intent. So when there's effort, there's money and there's intention, which shows the person or party that's being pursued that you are interested in them, which equals success in them actually falling for you and wanting to see you again. Instead of you wasting a lot of money on travel, dress, haircuts, hairstyling, and whatever else, makeup and whatever else you spend money and time on, going on a bunch of racking up a bunch of $5, $10, $20, $30 dates. It's honestly so funny that nobody has gotten this math yet because it's running everybody into the ground, which is why the dating culture is just getting cheaper and cheaper. When we started at, I believe it was like chicken wings and fries, like a year or two ago, was like when I first heard about it because that was right after the $200 date thing was like exploding and people were done with it, I guess. So they started doing the chicken wing and fry dates. That didn't go anywhere. So then they started doing Netflix and chill and pizza. That wasn't going anywhere, which was the rise of I believe Tinder at that time. Because Tinder was very was geared towards and still geared towards hookup dating, and trying to get them to trying to coincide with the Netflix and chill thing. I remember even seeing a few commercials about it, if I'm not mistaken. So after the Netflix and chill thing, then we had ice cream dates or froyo dates, which I actually have a video on from last year. And then you think I'm gonna do all of this for some coffee? You think I'm gonna do all of this for some froyo? So yeah, that clip went viral, and there was a huge argument, always a huge argument about that. And then what did we have? Okay, so after froyo is coffee, right? So that wasn't working out for anybody. It's still not. People are still showing up for the coffee dates. I actually just saw a post about a month ago about a guy having heart palpitations because he was going on so many coffee dates that were going nowhere. So now we are at zero dates where people are just meeting up to talk in person, believing that a connection is going to come out of it or a relationship. And it's not. And I just told you why about effort and intent. But it seems that people are so keen on believing that the less money you spend, the more success you will have. And that has never worked in no part of history ever. So I don't know why they think it will work in dating, because that makes no sense. Like, if somebody wants to meet up with you, or wants to date you, they would show that they are interested in you, because And you have to show that you're interested in somebody and honoring their time, which requires effort, and effort requires money. And that goes to anything that you're getting involved in, from business to beauty to film to even, fucking social media. Like, all effort takes money. So once these people figure out that you're not going to get away with cheap dating culture, because nobody feels comfortable, nobody feels happy to go and meet a fucking stranger from the internet and have some coffee. Nobody feels happy about that. Even people who argue that they do, if it ended in happiness, then you would not have to go on so many failed cheap dates. And that goes for the men and the women and non-binary people who want to argue that. If it landed you happiness every time, you would not have so many cheap coffee or cheap dates that have failed, compared to ones where money was put in, effort was put in, and pursuit, and it was a clean pursuit of you that actually led somewhere. The numbers are never equal there, and I don't understand how people don't see that. But the good thing about this is, because so many people are cheap speed dating, they're going and not actually making any connections, because they aren't actually doing anything together. Everything is basically revolving around not spending money, which actually makes the two parties that are on the date very uncomfortable, unlike somebody planning something and their effort is involved, genuine effort is involved, so that the other person feels honored and comfortable and feels well liked. These people will actually be dating for a very long time. So one thing you don't have to worry about is aging out of dating, which is another thing that people believe will happen to them, like, by a certain age. But the way that these guys are dating and not being successful, you have nothing to worry about. So don't worry your head about being too old to date or anything like that, because a lot of these guys will be dating well into their 60s until they figure out that effort involves money, and money makes connections. It's the way of the world, and you can't get away with it, get around it when you're dealing with women. You can't. So when people realize that, then they will see success. So you can hit me up here, or comment, like, share, subscribe, or hit me up on Actual Black Mermaid on Instagram, or Imani_Yvonne2 on Twitter. And I love talking to you guys as always, and I love you guys. See you later.